I've done it. I've gone and I've done it now. No, not anything good. Something unfortunate. Not a huge problem, but not what I wanted nonetheless. I skipped a day. I skipped a day of playing. I did not play at all yesterday. Which means that today's video, which would be going out, actually would have gone out 13 minutes ago, because it is currently May 13th at 1913 hours. I don't know how exactly they say it military time style. I just know 1900 hours. But I don't know how you say if it's a specific time. 1900 plus 13 hours. 1900 hours plus 13 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, the gamer name is Eincrou. The series name is Outer Wilds, Echoes of the Eye. Played in virtual reality with the NomaiVR mod and presented in Stereoscopic 3D format for the 5 people that are able to view it. Not everybody with a VR headset's able to view it. I am not centered. Let's try this again. Okay. Missed a day, but I'm in it now. I don't want to call anything prematurely, but I think there is a chance this could be the last part. I'm not calling it. There's no reason to call it. I'm not Total Biscuit, who always tries to call things in advance when he's playing games. And then when it doesn't happen, he just kind of pretends like he didn't say it. Doesn't even like say, "Oh, geez, I was wrong. My sense of the game was wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about." No, he just blows past it and just keeps on going and makes another call 2 minutes later. That I'm talking about the live stream VODs that I watched a few months ago. Some third party had uploaded. Oh my god, what is going on with the performance? Just look at it. Jeez. And it does, since I'm using a mirror window to record off of, it does appear in the video, the final video. I think most people who make virtual reality videos and post them on YouTube are recording off the game window, which is a terrible way to do it. Because that game window is more likely than not going to be stuck at the resolution of your monitor. And most people these days have widescreen monitors, 16:9 aspect ratio. The problem with that is VR footage is much taller than it is wide. It is the opposite of widescreen. It's tall screen, basically. So what they're doing is forcing tall screen footage to fit inside of a widescreen frame format, a widescreen aspect ratio. Imagine if there was a tall video, or actually imagine if there was a 16:9 regular widescreen video, but you wanted to force it into a 9:16 aspect ratio. But to do that, and if you decide, okay, I absolutely must fill the entire frame with the footage, then what? Oops. Actually, no, this is right. This is what I want to do. This is fine. I haven't said what my game plan is, but I do have a game plan, and I'm just going to execute it straight up. So, imagine you have tall footage, you want to, or regular widescreen footage, you want to fit it inside of a tall window that's basically a 16:9 window turned 90 degrees. So 9 by 16. That would force you, if you wanted to fill that tall frame, that would force you to either, no, not either. It would force you to zoom the footage such that the top edges of your widescreen video, yeah, you would have to zoom in if it was a comparable resolution. But I'm getting this is too complicated. Like I've worked with video for many years, so I have a robust understanding of what video production entails, but it's I'm getting too specific and it's ruining the analogy. I think the analogy is pretty much ruined now. But you would have to set it so that the top and the bottom of the widescreen video match the top and the bottom of the tall video. And if you do that, all that extra stuff on the sides gets lost. That's what the widescreen format was designed to do, to increase your field of view horizontally of whatever the content was. And back in the days, before widescreen TVs, most movies were cropped to 4:3, or they would have to use letterboxing, which is to basically say some areas of the frame will be just black. But when the technology advanced, we were able to get true widescreen content and true widescreen displays. So we have a greater view of whatever the footage was. That's the point, is to increase the actual amount of the content that you can see. So what you're doing when you try to change VR content to widescreen is you have to crop out. Wait, this is not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. You have to crop out the the top and the bottom. And in that example of making a widescreen video fit in a tall screen video, you'd be cropping out the sides, similar to how widescreen film was adapted for home video display. Whoa, why is this going all askew? It was adapted for home video display by cropping the sides. All right. So that is why my VR videos are in a weird format. It's a 4:3 window. And even given the fact that it's 4:3, I still have effectively pillar boxing. Pillar boxing is the inverse of letterboxing. Instead of the top and bottom having black bars, the sides have black bars. But instead of having the black bars, I added an overlay, an artistic overlay. Let's get some light in here. Okay. Ooh, placed it just perfectly. I don't even remember why I was getting onto that subject, but I've said my piece. All right, we've got that all sorted. Take out the second seal. And I was talking about this on one of Fast Lawyer's videos because I was looking. I went and I sorted his videos by upload date to see his earliest videos, And for several of those videos, he actually uploaded 4x3 videos of VR footage. And I left a comment saying, these are the best videos you got on this channel in terms of displaying VR footage. But the thing about them was they were only 720p equivalent. So they were 960 by 720. And, all right, let's go back to the main world. Back to the stranger. Oops. What's happening? Oh, I accidentally activated the marshmallow. And he replied just saying, yeah, but I think 1080p looks better than 720. So he's responding to the resolution thing, which is like not the point. Well, it is kind of the point, because it's saying even though the resolution is lower, these videos still are a better viewing experience. So I was using that to highlight just how important it is to have enough field of view on your VR footage to not crop out so much. 4:3 aspect ratio, even if you decide, oh, I gotta fill the entire frame, which you don't, obviously, given the fact that I haven't filled the entire 4:3 frame, you still you get more vertical field of view, even if you do fill the entire frame. So I've executed the first part of the game plan, which was to go take out the first 2 seals using the first 2 glitches, the first 2 error exploits for the virtual world. And now I need to exploit another error. And I discussed how to do that in the last part. It involves being over here and killing myself inside of the hollow structure. However, as you can see, it's still submerged. And I don't know if I'm able to go deep enough to get to it now, but I'll try. And another thing that I remembered, that in the Bart Sim 23 playthrough, he accidentally got too close to the fire and he, I think, took damage. So that means, even without having to use fall damage, I might be able to just take fire damage and kill myself. I think that is maybe what I'm meant to do. Let's see how deep I can... Okay, I can go all the way. But will it be filled with water, or is it going to be like an air pocket? Should be an air pocket, right? Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I can't really get high enough. See what happens. It works. Oh my god, it works. Another thing I want to mention about Bart Sim is I still haven't caught up to all the episodes he's uploaded and published publicly so far, but in the last episode I watched, which was an extended hour-long episode, he figured out how to get... Well, he didn't quite totally figure it out, but he figured out how to get past the procession into the area where you access the Forbidden Archive for Shrouded Woodlands. He was able to figure out that he, much sooner than I did, he realized that the screams were caused by the lights getting snuffed out inside of the sleeping chambers. And so he reckoned that maybe that would cause those inhabitants to disappear. And he was right. In fact, he actually caught it on camera. He was right there in the forest, in the Shrouded Woodland, right next to one of the inhabitants. And he caught what happens at the moment that their lights get snuffed out. They sort of dissolve into a green light, and they put up their arms in agony, like, ah, and they disappear. It would be cool to time that if someone is inside the lodge with all of those inhabitants. That would be cool. I wonder if there's a video of that. Probably is. So he was able to figure that out, but he didn't have enough information. He did not progress enough in the intended path. He had sort of broken the sequence by figuring that out. So he didn't know what access that gave him, what information that gave him, what new abilities that gave him, because he didn't know about the secret entrance to the archive through the fire. He came, every time he got close to that fire, I was like, oh my God, is he going to accidentally find the forbidden archive? But no, he never jumped into the fire. And why would you? Why would you jump in the fire? That's so counterintuitive. No one would ever think to do that. And even in this case, he didn't think to do that. And as clever and as prescient and as perceptive as Bart Sim 2-3 is, he didn't think to jump in the fire. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how he progresses in his journey. Like, this expansion is more linear than the main game, but there's still room for people to chart their own course to some degree. And he's charted his course in a different way than I charted mine, and I've decided to pursue different things that he did. I figured out things before he did. He figured out things before I did. He even figured out things I hadn't figured out until I watched this series, like the fact that the propulsion system was those green things that come out. I didn't confirm that for myself. I didn't really understand that display. I didn't realize that was showing the stranger moving out of range of the supernova. And I didn't realize that the loop ending while on the stranger was not caused by dying. Like, I knew I wasn't dying because the supernova never reached the stranger. It was just giving me an overlay, but I had no idea what that overlay meant. I thought it was just some artifice on the stranger pushing me back in the time loop. But no, it's because there's a range on the game world and the stranger's leaving that range. So I'm learning a lot of things just by watching him replay what I've already played. I don't know if he's actually finished the game, like in real life time, because he's doing the same thing I did with uploading multiple parts and then releasing them one per day. But I think he probably has, and I think I've played this at a more regular clip than he has. And I may be able to finish it now, or at least this part. I've got myself dead. That did put me into the virtual world. I don't know if I'm actually dead, though. How do I die? How can I be dead? I'm linked up to the Hourglass Twins Ash Twin Project. Well, anyways, I should be able to get past the alarms now because I can't be woken up. Maybe the idea is... Oh, right. I understand it now, because The way the Ash Twin project actually works is right before the supernova goes off, it activates. And it's impervious to the supernova. So at a certain time, you get thrown back. It throws you back. But still, if I die, doesn't it immediately activate? Or does the game just sort of, for the purpose of pacing, not force you to wait until the 22 minutes are fully up? I don't know the exact mechanism. I don't remember that. But it may just be the case that I'm dead. Like, literally dead. Really dead. And for the next, 15 minutes, I'm going to be dead. And that gives me a window of opportunity for my brain, my mind that's been uploaded into this virtual world to do stuff. Interesting to consider. I think that the developers of this game did think things through, so there's probably no contradictions. I don't even hear it. That's cool. I don't even hear it. That's really emphasizing, yeah, you're immune to this shit. You can't even hear it. Yeah, I also don't get the slowdown effect either. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. The inhabitants went through all this work to seal this and to erase the evidence. And I've just gone through all this work to piece together how to unseal it. I can't even read this. This could be saying, do not open. Under any circumstances. Certainly not to satiate your own personal curiosity. Well, that's what's going to make me come up to this and activate it. My own personal curiosity. The light does not come out. It's a pathway. Oh my God. Oh my God. What just happened? Some sort of transport. What is this observing? It's observing the home planet, or the planet that they're orbiting. Oh, it's an elevator. Okay. Okay. Of course, they couldn't give this place proper lighting. Okay, another thing there. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh! He's chilled out. Hello. He's the one with the broken horn. Or the broken antlers. Talk to the prisoner. So Bart Sim identified the one with the broken antler as being significant and unique. Looks like he was right. God, he was right. Talk to the prisoner. Who are you? I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Who are you? That's a great screenshot. I guess we can't understand each other. It's like the Nomai. Oh, he was just sitting in a chair. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to get in your way. The animation's pretty good, but the turning is just unnatural. Oh, he's scanning his own memories. He'll be able to give me his memories. Yes. Tell me what you know. Why were you locked into this vault? Okay, he was the missing one in the tower. He got out and disabled the field containing the Eye of the Universe. The Eye of the Universe was able to call out. He's been caught. As punishment, they put him in a very elaborate prison and submerged it. Very, very, very elaborate. Then they reinstated the containment field. But were the Nomai able to catch that brief glimpse? I think so, because I think part of the main story was that the eye stopped calling. The eye stopped sending its signal at some point. Oh, he's giving that to me. I can give him my visions. So I can tell him about the Nomai, right? Oops, I have to keep holding it, I guess. Yeah, it's Hearthians. Yep, they died. Everyone died. Stranger decayed. Stranger was cloaked. The eye was sealed. Some people called the Nomai. Another race called the Nomai detected the short burst. They detected that it was older than the universe itself. And they decided to investigate, and they got caught in the dark bramble. The escape pods ejected. And they landed on various worlds in the solar system. The Nomai constructed dwellings for themselves to continue their research. They observed the arrival of the interloper, a comet that with it came the ghost matter. The Nomai civilization decayed. The Nomai were all dead. And then many, many thousands of years later, an intrepid explorer found walls of text from internet spurgs to read. The Hearthians, intrigued, decided to don space equipment and become explorers. I love how we're recapping the original game here. I don't know what if he's not pleased or is he upset about that all? All that, I should mean. Where are you going? What's he doing? The music is kind of lighthearted, so it hopefully doesn't lead to him doing something evil. Why did he choose to betray his allies? He betrayed his people to send out the signals. Back up the terrible pathway. God, I can barely see 2 feet in front of me. Oh, the lights are out. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, that's me, right? We just get on a raft right into the sunset. Where do you go, though? There's not a whole lot of places you can go from here. The elevator's still there. Performance. Oh, I don't know what else to do except go back up here. There's nothing here. Game kind of left me hanging here. I get a vision of riding a raft with an inhabitant. Okay. Looks like the loop is still progressing. I can't wake up because I'm dead, right? Let's see what happens if I go in the water. Yeah, that ends the loop. because I'm dead. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh. Yeah. Nothing to tell him. Like, there's no way that's it, right? It can't be it. Met one of the strangest inhabitants who was imprisoned within the vault. The prisoner showed me a vision revealing the actions they took that resulted in their eternal confinement. I used the vision torch to share my knowledge of the solar system's history with the prisoner. Maybe that's all that they could do to end the DLC, was just give you a vision of going off into the sunset with a inhabitant, and that's it. Not a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance. Everything is filled in. There's nothing more to explore. Doesn't say I missed anything. I think that's... I didn't get an achievement. I don't think. I'll check. Even an achievement would tell me, okay, I'm done. Oh, I can't check. Actually, I can check, but I have to do it in the headset. I was about to check my desktop, but I use, as mentioned earlier, a launch parameter to launch Steam with no browser, so it uses slightly less GPU. There's not even an achievement for completing the main game, so I guess that's gonna be it. I feel like that's an awkward way to end a... to end... I don't know where he went. There's no indication of where he might have gone. I don't know where his body was. There's no way for me to go back to the world of the living. And of course, everything just reset. The loop has reset. So if I wanted to do it again, I had to do everything over again. And it would play out the same way. So I guess I'm just going to say that that's the end. That was the end. There was nothing else that I could do. Nowhere else I could go. That was the end of Eye of... Echoes of the Eye. Yeah. I think I'm satisfied with making that call. If the ship's log had said there was more to explore here or something, then I would do it again. I'd go back and do all that again. But it doesn't. It shows everything filled in and completed. Didn't have the achievement for all log entries. So I'm guessing... Oops. I'm guessing I missed something in the main game. Don't know what. I have to look at a guide or something to find out what I missed, because I really was pretty thorough in exploring the game. Don't have any loose ends that I can see. So there must be some separate things that I just didn't miss. Things that would shoot off to like here. Um, hmm. All right, well, that DLC explained why the eye stopped sending out its signal to the Nomai, and they were desperately searching for it. But unfortunately, they all died before they found it. It was only from the continued operation of the probe launcher around Giant's Deep over there, operating for thousands upon thousands of years, sending out millions of probes, that eventually one of them found found the eye. Echoes of the Eye. Alright. I played it in VR. I recorded it all. I published it on YouTube. That's going to be the last gameplay series that I do. I don't have any more left in me. I don't know how to end. I don't know how to commemorate such a momentous moment. The end of my last playthrough. I don't really have anything inspiring to say, because it's not an inspirational thing. It's a depressing thing. It's not a moment of victory, it's a moment of defeat. I guess I'll just say that, like The Stranger, this series is just going to be out there somewhere. Nobody can see it. Nobody knows it's there. But maybe one day in the far-flung, distant future, someone will stumble across it, and they'll see what it has to offer. If for no reason other than just the sheer curiosity of it. I think that's a decent enough, epic enough way to end it. With an analogy to The Stranger. I was a stranger. Didn't make much of an impact in this world. Anyone who finds this will consider me a stranger. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do. Okay, I'm going to sign out. Gamer name is Eincrou. It's 1955, which is 7:55 p.m. May 13th, 2022. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to produce it. I'm going to upload it. That will be it. Outer Wilds, one of my favorite gaming experiences of my entire life. Absolute masterpiece of a game. I'm glad to have been able to experience it. Goodbye.